Alright guys, we're going to be looking at a review for this upcoming Okay, so let's cover some basics, right? Let's look at the language. So here's the type of instructions that you're going to have to be comfortable with. Okay, we've seen this. Okay, so these are very good to have an understanding of. Okay. The first one, use interval notation to represent the set of numbers. Okay, for those, remember, let's come up with an example. Let's say -3, right, x is greater than -3 but less than or equal to 5. Alright, don't forget that the way the connection is, right, no equal is parenthesis, equal is a bracket, and you can easily just plug these bad boys in there. Okay. Number 2, give the domain and range of the relation. Right, these, I'll come up with a quick example. This is where you have your x's and y's, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you simply list the domain. Here we'd have a 2 and a 3. For range, we'd have 4 and 5. Okay. Number 3, determine whether the relation is a function. Okay. What you're going to have to do here, right? Let's say, excuse me. Here's the kind of data that you'll get. Okay, so you get some category also, x and y, and then they'll give you some values. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. What you want to go ahead and do is, once again, is understand, determine whether the relation is a function. Okay. You definitely, there's a couple of options. One thing you want to double check is that it passes the vertical line test, or that, right, you do not have, if you're going to plot these, you do not have a case where 2 points or more hit the vertical line, right? So if I was to move that along this way, let's just say I plotted these points and it looks like this. Okay, if I was to cross with 2 points this line, okay, or intersect 2 points on that line, it doesn't pass. Okay, that's one option. Alright, number 4. Okay, that's what I was getting confused with. Use the vertical line test to determine whether the relation is a function. That's self-explanatory. It's related to what we looked at on 3. Okay. 5. Write the function blah 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 in slope-intercept form. What you want to keep in mind is this is y equals mx plus b. Okay, very important. We can give you something like we looked at in class, so like 7x minus 3y equals 10. Right? You would go ahead and do what you got to do, get it in that form, and don't forget to graph it and match it. Number 6, find the slope of the line that passes through the points. So again, we looked at these in class. It doesn't matter. Okay, look at your notes on that. Number 7 is in slope-intercept form, write the equation of the line that contains the points in the table. And again, we also looked at this in class. If you need to look at the previous videos, do so. Okay.
Teachers, please pardon this interruption. This announcement for those teachers that are involved in the bond project meeting. We will be having a meeting today at the library at 4 o'clock. Those teachers that are involved in the bond project, we do have a meeting today at 4 o'clock in the library. Thank you.
Alright, so again, make sure that you look at your notes on that. Alright, moving on. 8. Okay, you'll be asked to translate some graph so that the vertex is at such and such, then graph. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at one example. F of, let's say, x equals, let's say, a parabola. Okay, so keep this in mind. Okay, you guys know vertex. So let's say the vertex right now, we know it to be here, right? At 0, 0. Well, if, okay, so right now it's, let's indicate the vertex is at 0, 0, which is right here in the middle. Okay. Now, if I was to go ahead, let me get a different color, and move the vertex, let's say they want me to move it, I don't know, let's say 3 and -2. Okay, so this is my x-axis, so I'm going to move it 3 units to the right. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. This is 2 down, 1, 2. Okay, so this is where the vertex should be. So now I'm going to have to draw this parabola, or basically move it, so that now the vertex is there. Okay, it used to be here, and now it's there. Alright, we're going on 6 minutes. Let me go ahead and wrap it up here. Alright. Identify the leading coefficient, degree, and end behavior. We've been here before. Okay, so I won't get into too much detail. You guys can review your notes, videos, whatever you think is important. But you'll have something like -2x to the 7th plus 3x squared, right? And remember, you're supposed to find the highest exponent, okay, the largest. Then that gives you the term that you'll be looking at. You'll focus on the leading coefficient. You'll focus on the degree, and the end behavior. You'll have to refer to your notes in that table. Alright, we're coming to 7 minutes. Let's wrap it up. And finally, 10. Identify whether the function graph has an odd or even degree and a positive or negative leading coefficient. So you'll be given a graph. It could be like this. It could be like that. Go ahead and study that. Alright, thank you for your time.